Hello. So we are live. Let's see if people are going to join in. Please share your comments. I'm a bit early today, so I'm always early. My eyepiece can vouch for that, and my husband. There we go. Who's on? Let's see. There we go. We've got 3 people looking. Hi, Shafira. How are you? Who else is on? Let's have a look. There we go. Wave to them. Hello. This is my first live session, so I'm still a bit new at this. I have never done this before. This is the first ever. So hello guys, how are you? There we go. Hi Cindy. Hi Shafira. I'm good, thanks. And John. Hello John. Welcome. I can't believe you're on. Hello. There we go. All right, so this is the info session. Please remember, and I'm going to repeat this. Hi, Cindy. I'm going to repeat this a couple of times. This is not an advertising session. I cannot advertise surrogacy. It's illegal. This is just info regarding my experience as a surrogate mother in South Africa and my journey, what I went through, and the things that we went through. So, yeah, can't wait. Oh, Shafira, you guys are in the process currently. Cool, that's good news. It's a struggle to get surrogates in South Africa, so it's quite a big story when you are in the process, because then you've already reached a milestone, if you can call it that. There we go. There's someone else online. There we go. Shafira, you guys, if you are in the in processes or you've been in the journeys before, please do not hesitate to share information or comments so that we can get the information of how things run regarding the surrogacy in South Africa. Cindy has done it before. Cool. I'm sorry, I apologize. Let me put this sound off. I apologize for the inconvenience. There we go. I did not know. As I stated, this is my first time doing a live session. I just thought it's going to be better because everybody can ask their questions and give info on their sessions, on their journeys and progress that they've had and issues they've had and hurdles that they've had. Please do not hesitate to share it while watching the session. All right, so I'm going to start with my journey. We started in last year, 2020, and on the 13th of May, me and my husband reached out to an agency to get information on how things work and to register. After doing a lot of research, for anyone who wants to be a surrogate, I do recommend you doing a lot of research before applying, because there's a lot of things you have to know when you want to be a surrogate, or I think as well if you want to be an intended parent. So welcome to, I think it's Sunay. Let me just have a look. Yes, Sunay. Hello Sunay, welcome. I think you also want to be intended parent. Just please remember, intended parents, you are also welcome on the group. Please do not give us insight on your input if you have had a journey. I can share the comments. Everybody can see the comments. I think it's very important to get the information out there. I feel, because in South Africa we are very behind regarding the information and people knowing that surrogates do exist and surrogate journeys do exist as well. So that's my reason for sharing this, and for everyone that is on my groups, because I've got a lot of people on the groups that want to know how it works and that have a misconception of what surrogacy entails. Hi, Sine. Yeah, hi, Sine. All right. So what I was busy at, on the 13th of May 2020, me and my husband registered and reached out to an agency. I cannot name them now, but I can give it to you privately. We got all the details of how things work and how it operates beforehand, and we made sure we had all the finer details of how the whole process will go and what to expect and what not to expect. So what I did as a expecting surrogate, that I wanted to do the process. Hi, Angie. Okay, I do apologize. I do not know why it's doing that. If it is, what do you call hock? Now I have to put in hock. I'm sorry. If it does give you issues, the live session, we can just get on to, you can check it afterwards. It's not a problem. I will check for comments and everything. But in any case, so the important thing is you have to do your research to know what to expect regarding surrogacy, whether you're an intended parent or whether you're wanting to be a surrogate. In South Africa and I think the UK, and there's another place where it's illegal to get compensation, and that's a lot of the people's misconception, is that they will be getting compensation, a lump sum afterwards, a massive lump sum to credit them for the process. So that's the main reason why I would suggest doing that. And also you have to be on medicine. You're going to have to take medications for at least 12 to 14 weeks. And then after that, you're going to have to also remember that it's going to be a different journey. And there's a lot of things like sex is a big thing that's going to have an impact in your marriage if you are married. If you're not married, then you don't have to stress too much about that. For the surrogates, it's very important so that you guys can know that what it entails. So we reached out on the 13th of May and we had a meeting, I think the same night, with the intended parents, or I think the Monday night thereafter, the 17th. Let me just have a look. Yeah, on the 18th, sorry, we had contact with our intended parents, and after that, we all agreed that this is going to be for us. Me and my husband also got consent from our church and our Christian part of it. That's the way we do things, regardless what we do. We always get consent from our church and from our elders, if you can call it that, from our church, so that we can know we're doing this in a blessed way and always possible. And then we pray. And we pray for no hurdles if it's God's will. If it's not God's will, then he'll put hurdles so that we can know that this is not for us. This is not what he wants us to do. And I must say, we were so blessed. Everything happened so fast. So on the 18th of May, we met via a WhatsApp call with our intended parents. After that, on the 27th, 9 days later, we had the full medical clearance done. We had bloods drawn. Me and my husband both, we had to have that done. So if you're married, that's what you can expect. And then we did the psychology analysis, which was also done the same day that we had done. And then we had the police clearance as well. So we had all three done in one day. But you can scatter it and it depends on how things work out for you and how the people can assist you on your appointments. But I must say it was a long process, but it was long if in the beginning. And now, looking back at it now, it actually went quite fast. So we did the medical clearance. Then we had to wait for the documentations, affidavits, and all those things. But we already had the clearance. That we only received in September. We only received the final documentation in September, and we also received our final date, our court date in September, last of September, if I'm correct, mid-September, last of September. That's from May to September. So we had a little bit of a waiting period because the courts were in recession a lot, and there was a lot of issues regarding that. And we got confirmation that we have our court date on the 5th or 6th, let me just make sure, 5th or 6th of October. I just want to confirm with you with the date. I don't want to lie to you. When we got confirmation from our, on the 6th of October. So we got confirmation that our court date will be the 6th of October. When we got that, we also contacted the clinic and asked them if there's any way that we can start preparing so that we can start preparing for transfer so that we don't have to wait too long to do the transfer after the court has done the approval. So regardless whether the court approved us or not, we started medication, Lucrin, which stops your ovaries from producing eggs and pushing them out. So we had to start with that for 14 days or for a couple of days. I can't remember. I'll just have a look at that. But it was for a couple of days, the Lucrin, that I had to inject in my stomach, that I had to do. And then there's some other clinics that only do it for one day and then they start their medication. So I have no idea. Every clinic has their own protocol. So it's all different. But this is what you can expect. It is more or less something you can expect to happen in a surrogate journey. So we had to do the Lucrin, and then we also start with the estrofem medication, and we also started with progesterone. We started with that as well, and I had to be on Ecotrin. I've read that it also helps sustain a pregnancy because it thins up blood. For some other reason, it just helps. So, but in any case, so we did that, and then on the 6th, we got the confirmation that we have been approved. So then we contacted the clinic, and they said that they have to wait for their documentation from the courts, which takes 5 to 7 working days. But we made a booking for the 16th of October, 10 days later, to do the transfer, which we did, and everything went well. So at the clinic for transfer, they gave me a sedation, half and half sedation medication, but it wasn't making me sleeping. It was just making me relaxed, and I couldn't drive. I had to stay relaxed for that part. So we did the transfer, we did 2 embryos, and we went back home, and I relaxed for 2 to 3 days. Oh, we had the McDonald's afterwards as well. The McDonald's chips overseas, they swear by it. There's something in the salt of the chips that assists to the process. And also did the pineapple core that I ate for 5 days before and after. And they swear by it, and I just did it because that's surrogates that's been through the journey that has done before, so we did it. There's certain stuff that we can't get in South Africa, unfortunately, that also they swear by, but in any case, so I did that. And we started testing on day 5, and I didn't get positives until I think day 6. Let me just confirm. No, day 7. Day 7 was the first positive that we got, and that we took it from there. But we didn't take it too hard. One of the parents didn't want to know the urine test, and the other one did. So we dealt with it in that way. And also the clinic also didn't approve or say that they don't want us to do urine tests, but we did it anyway, in our own privacy. So, and we can't complain. Everything went well. We went for our first beta test on the 27th, 11 days afterwards, and it came back 90, which was a positive. And then I was going back on a day later, I think. Let me just confirm. 27th, 29th, I went back for another one, and that was also positive. It was 211, so it increased quite good. It more than doubled, which is good. That's what they want, and they were happy with that. And then we had our first appointment made with the clinic on the 10th of, was it 10th of November? No. Yeah, 16th of November, sorry. I'm just checking all my info. I don't want to give you misinformation and have you wondering that I'm thinking that I'm talking from the head and not really having my facts at once. But in any case, so on the 16th, we made, 17th of November, we had our first scan at Biart. That means I was 7 weeks and 2 days pregnant at that stage, and everything went well. We had a heartbeat confirmation. Everything looked good, and since then we had a appointment 2 weeks later. I had some cravings here and there for prawns, a lot, but I rather ate chips, the prawn chips that you buy at Spar or Woolworths. At that stage, I didn't want to take a risk with ordering prawns or having uncooked prawns and having issues with the pregnancy. So, but in any case, and then we had the NIPT test done on the 18th of December. No. When was it done? It was done 2 weeks before. So it was done on between the 1st and the 3rd of December. It was done, and on the 17th of December we found out that it's a girl. 18th of December we found out it's a girl, and that I was at low risk for any Down syndrome or any problematic disorders that was present in the bloodstream. So yeah, and after that, and in all this, the parents have to pay for everything, the intended parents. So I've spoken to a few intended parents, a few IPs that I'm connected to. So regarding the first, this is not just for IPs and surrogates. I want everyone to know that the information is to have more or less an idea of what your intended parents are going through and what your surrogates are going through. The surrogates to understand both sides, the intended parents to understand both sides. So I'm giving you my journey, what I went through and what I experienced, and the information I've gathered from other parents. I'm not calling names. I'm not going to identify anyone, but I'm giving information. So in any case, so I've spoken to a few intended parents, and the cost is just for the first 12 weeks until you are 12 weeks pregnant. If there's no complications with an unsuccessful transfer, then it's anything from 150,000 to 400,000 alone just for that part, because it's all the medical procedures that you have to go through. It's all the medical tests that you have to go through, that the surrogate has to go through, traveling, medical clearance, blood tests, medication up until 12 weeks of pregnancy. The allowance of only from the end of the month of the transfer, or no, not the transfer, from the court approval. So that doesn't stop beforehand, and the allowance is only up until 2 months after the baby is born, usually. And I think the medical aids and the life insurance and that as well. I'll just clarify that in the comments when you guys do need to know that. But it's very interesting. And then from there, we graduated and we went to a gynecologist like a normal pregnancy. Though I had a lot of firsts in this pregnancy, and I'm also in contact with another surrogate, 2 surrogates that also, when they went through the processes, they also experienced a lot of firsts and are experiencing a lot of firsts. So I must say, this is totally different. IVF is totally different to a normal created pregnancy. And that's to be expected. I also spoke to the gynecologist. I also spoke to the nurses from the fertility clinic where I was working at. And they said that it's to be expected that you do experience different or firsts with a IVF transfer, with the embryo transfer, instead of where you used to your normal pregnancies and stuff. So it's not uncommon. It was quite normal. So yeah. And then I must say, hi Bonnie, welcome. I will share everything on the group if you missed out, so no stress. Remember, this is not an advertising video. I'm just repeating that so that everybody knows. I'm sharing my information on my journey and what I've experienced and all the information I've gathered regarding surrogacy. On 14 weeks, I experienced a bit of bleeding that was unlocated. We still do not know where it came from. It was unaccounted for. So I was placed on bed rest. I think for about 5 to 6 weeks almost, since the first occurrence. Yes, because it was just past 20 weeks that I saw the doctor again. And everything went well. It came and it went, and there was no issues. And then the nausea also started only from about 15 weeks. I didn't have much nausea in the first 12 weeks. I had here and there this surges, and then it went away. I didn't really vomit and have morning sickness, which was very, very a new thing, unknown for me. So, and then after that, I started having a lot of Braxton Hicks from about 24, 25 weeks of pregnancy. But it wasn't heavy. It wasn't something strenuous. It was just, I thought it was because it's my 4th or my 5th pregnancy. And I think I thought that's the deal with it. And then at 34 weeks, it started getting bad. So much so that I have to take medication to ease it away, meaning drinking Panados, because there's nothing else you can drink as a pregnant woman that doesn't harm the fetus or the baby. But in any case, so I had to start drinking Panados here and there, not regularly, not daily. It was maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. And then from 34, 35 weeks, it started increasing a bit more. And then by the end of 35 weeks, when I was 36 weeks pregnant, I was admitted because I had serious contractions. It wasn't just Braxton Hicks, and my body was just getting ready for the process, and nothing else went on. It's just the contractions and the Braxton Hicks. After that, I was on bed rest as well again for a few weeks, and during this whole process, I must say, everything went well. We had no hiccups. Me and the parents, me and my family get along with the IPs very well, and we are. I say we are good acquainted, and we still staying in contact afterwards. I might do another journey for them, which is very nice. I'm actually seeing forward to it now after having an emergency C-section. Hi Marna, no stress. I'm gonna post the video in case, again, this is not a advertising for surrogates to join the the surrogate groups and stuff. It's just information regarding my own journey and what I've experienced and the information I've gained. So, but in any case, so I had an emergency C-section regarding the birth and all those contractions that I've been having since 34, 35 weeks. That increased, and I was hospitalized for a few weeks here, a few days here, there, in between the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy. I did everything that I can, and the parents also helped regarding that. So I must say it was an amazing experience. And if you've got any questions, please ask Bonnie. Who else? Cindy, if you have any questions. Shafira. Who else is here? And then John, if you've got any questions. I know John knows a little bit more. If anybody has questions, please ask. I'm checking out for questions now. So I had an emergency C-section because the fetal heart rate went down very much. It actually kind of sounded like it stood still for a while, and then came back, and then again it happened, and we contacted the doctor. I knew that there was no other choice, though that was not the plan. I was thrown by this happening, and I was very emotional the next day, and the day it happened, and the next day, because of the C-section, because I'm used to being in control, and I know that I was stressed about me being emotional, because they thought that maybe it's because of me missing the baby and not having that contact, that one-on-one contact, but I'm totally fine with that, because the process, I think the first 14 weeks actually prepares you for that, because you have no sexual intercourse with your partner, if you have a partner, in that time, to avoid any pregnancy from sustaining from that happening. So, which was it helped mentally, it helped. I feel it helped, and it's very important for that to as well to actually happen, so that you can mentally know that this baby is not genetically created by you or connected by to you. So I was just very emotional, and the psychologist that came and saw me also explained to me that it's because I'm used to being in control. I'm used to being in line and knowing what to expect. So the C-section was totally new, and it all happened very fast. So I just had to absorb it and go through with it. And then the pain started hitting afterwards. And that helped, and being able to do everything that I'm used to doing. Because when you have a normal birth, you can just stand up and go on as if nothing just happened. Compared to the C-section, there's a lot more complications and a lot more things to deal with. So that was very strenuous to me. But I don't have a problem doing this again. So I'm very excited to do this again. And to start the next process, but there's unfortunately a 6-month waiting period, as far as we understand from the agency, for the gynecologist to give his affidavit, or give her affidavit stating that I am physically and mentally ready to have another process done. And yeah, so I'm very excited for this. If anybody has questions, please ask. Please, I have no idea what kind of questions you guys want answered. So if you have questions, please ask. If you and you're watching this afterwards, please still comment, send your comments in and your questions, and I will answer it. I will also have another live session. I do not know when yet, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I'm walking now at least 20 minutes a day, meaning continuously, and making sure that I'm active. That's one of the most important concepts that the physiotherapist told us to make sure that we do, so that we can recover properly. So is there any questions, Bonnie? Do you have any questions? Mana, do you have any info to share? Mtembi, do you have any questions? Cindy, do you have any questions? Please, 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 please ask. Let I can answer whatever I know, and then I've got someone that can help us give some answers. She's done this more than I have. So please feel free if you do want to answer some of the questions. Nothing at the moment. All right. Let's see if somebody else wants to ask. I must say the intended parents from our side have been very good to us. They've been very caring, and especially the first 2 weeks after I was discharged after the birth, they kept on phoning every day in the afternoon just to ask how am I feeling, how am I doing, how am I coping, and giving me an update on how they are doing and how the baby is. So, which was very interesting and very reassuring, and it helped me understand. 100%, no problem, Anna. I'll see you next time, but please feel free to comment if you see that there's questions that's asked that needs answers and you want to answer them. This is my first journey, so it's been an amazing journey, and the day they held their baby was the most empowering and self-satisfying a moment that I must say was it was very nice for me. And next week Friday, wow, well done, Bonnie. Congrats. Please let me know, keep me posted. Even if it's on private, it's not a problem. Please let me know. If there's anything else, we'll pray for you. No, I did not. I had a C-section. So Shafira, let me quickly I had an emergency C-section. So the idea was, if I had a normal birth, that I would hold her while they cut the umbilical. But with the C-section, it was different. They showed her to me after they took her out, and then they immediately checked her over and checked her lungs, and they also have him cut the umbilical cord properly, and then from there on he was with her the whole time. The father was with her, and he stood by her the whole time, and I saw her the whole time. So I only held her, I think, the day after or the night after. I can remember. It's still a bit shaking for me. I'll go and check back and get back to you. And it felt different. It didn't feel like it was my own children. And I must say I do suggest that it does give a surrogate closure to at least continue having information on the baby they carried and the parents, how they're coping as well. For me, it's like, I know they're first time parents, so they're going through everything we went through when we had our first child. You're dumbstruck sometimes, and it does give them that closure to to know that everything went well and that she's fine and the baby is fine and the parents are coping. They're still struggling here and there, but they're coping and they have good support, which it helps a lot knowing all this stuff. So I do agree, Bonnie. Um, yeah, the advice on the bruising from the injections. Um, she mustn't press it and she mustn't massage it. That's one of the things that I spoke to a professional lady as well. So regarding that, she mustn't press it. She can use ice packs to try and get rid of the knobs and the bumps from the injections. But the injections itself, it's going to stay there for a few weeks after she's done the injections still. But it's going to go away. She mustn't massage it because it spreads it out. So it's in a ball for a reason. For those who don't know, we are on the injections before the implant or after the implant. That's the progesterone, if I'm correct. Bonnie, I think that is what she's on now. So progesterone is usually in the muscle or in the thigh, but it makes a ball under the skin in the muscle because you're injecting it. So the ball releases slowly the progesterone. That is why it creates that ball. It's not just because of the injection and having that injection in the muscle itself. So massaging it will actually make the ball more irritated. And I must say, I didn't have bruising. I only had red spots and the lumps of the injections, but I didn't have pain. I used my warm water bottle, this one that I'm still using. I used my warm water bottle if it did get a bit sensitive, but other than that, they said we mustn't massage it because it will irritate it more. And that's the main thing about that I must say I picked up and that I gathered, and I tried it and it worked for me, but it's not going to work for everyone. So I must say it's better if you get information and try everything. That's what I tell everybody. Get information. Gather the information you can from everyone you can and try everything until you get something that works for you. It's very important to at least just try everything. I know everything's not going to work for everyone. So yeah, I think that's one of the things. Where are we now? It keeps on slipping up, sorry. Keeps on going up. Okay. Shafira, we'll definitely pray for you. Yeah, I did answer about that one next week, Thursday. There we go. Yeah, when you surrogate, it's just different. And the thing is, you have to know that this is what you want to do. I do agree with Marna. Your mindset needs to be right to be a surrogate. You need to know that this baby you're going to carry is only going to be a job, basically. It's going to be you baking this cake and giving it away. So that's the way that I also explain it to my kids as well. The parents helping. Their oven doesn't work. Their oven to help them make a baby or to have a baby does not work. I am capable to carry the child for them and bake and make this child to full term or get the baby healthily to them, where they are not in that capacity to do that for some other medical reasons or something that happened. You never know. Maybe age. You never know. It's God's way of doing things, and there's reasons why things happen, and we can't explain it. So that's what I explain to them, and that helps a lot. And that itself, just explaining to the kids and explaining to yourself, that maybe gives you a better concept of what this whole journey is about. So the kids, I must say, they reacted very well. We'll have a closure session with the IPs pretty soon, in the next couple of weeks, so that the kids can see that she's fine, she's with her parents, this is where she's staying, she's not, there's not something wrong with her, or she's not gone, that they don't understand where she's gone to. So they'll be having, the parents were quite nice to give us the closure session, so that they can also have closure and see, okay, but here she is, she's fine, she's with them. And they also met the parents a few times in between, so that they can see who we deal, that we are with parents, and that we basically working with them and doing this for them. So I think with the kids, that's the concept that I used, and it worked. My smallest one, the 3-year-old, is a bit still confused, but she's too small to actually understand everything properly. But she understands now a little bit, but she doesn't understand thoroughly. So yeah, estrogen medication after transfer. I don't know. I have no idea, Shafira. You have to contact this a fertility clinic. As far as I know, that is estrogen is very important for the transfer. I'm not sure. I think you must just contact them and make sure, because it's important medication to use. Yeah, the progesterone, if it's the progesterone injections, I must say I would rather opt for the for the utrogesterone tablets that you can insert vaginally, or drink, either way. I will opt for them as well with the next journey, unless if the fertility clinic rather wants me to do the injections. I don't mind doing the injections, but if I can rather use the progesterone tablets, then I would rather do that, because it's just a lot easier. But yeah, as far as I know, and yeah, Marna also says it's very important, you must just confirm with your fertility clinic about the estrogen. Yeah, but ours as well. Our fertility clinic also wanted us to use the injections rather than using the tablets, but I will ask and request them next time, because they asked me at the end, before I graduated from them, when I was about 7 weeks pregnant. They asked if I wanted the injection or the tablets, and I was like, did I have a choice? So that's also a thing, because it was my first time. I don't know, I was misinformed, or I was underinformed regarding that. So yes, please ask a lot of questions. If there's something you need to know, if it's not me, ask your fertility clinic, your fertility doctor, ask your doctors. We are at the agency or the lawyer that you're working through. Ask a lot of questions. It's very, very important. Yeah, that's nice that you never had to use the injections, Martin, because that's a bummer to do. Luckily, I had a nurse that did that for me. So she came in every day 6 o'clock and did my injections. So I think that's also helped that I didn't get bruised and didn't, because when you're doing the injections yourself and you have to reach over, it's uncomfortable, and you can bruise yourself. And I did it once, and it was bleeding. Everybody died somewhere, and the nurse also said that she doesn't recommend me doing any more injections myself. So I had it done by a nurse. She charged me 50 rand a day to have them done, as far as I'm correct, or 150, I can't remember. But she charged me a fee that she so that she can come quickly and inject me and share the time. So if you know of someone, you have to have that injections done. Even ask your surrogate body if she can just find out about retired nurses that's in the area, or nurses that have open schedule where she can go for her injection. Either she can go there herself, or the nurse can come to her to assist. It's an extra cost, but it helps. It really helps. So I must say that's one thing that I can't complain of. The progesterone, a lot of people complain about side effects and the bruising and the sore and tenderness, but I can't complain. I had a bit of tenderness, but I didn't have it. It was sore and it wasn't bruised. So yeah. Any other questions, Bonnie or Shafira? Do you have anything else that you are wondering about? Let's see. Yeah, that was the estrogen medication. Yeah, I'm good. As long as I don't see the needle enter, I'm good. I'm good with needles. So I usually, even when they draw bloods or when I donate, I look away and I can see the needle inside, and that's fine. But then putting it inside makes it go. So yeah, no, that's good. All right, Bonnie, if you have any other questions, you are more than welcome to comment on the video. I will be sharing it live and making sure that it's available for everyone to see. So if everyone is good, I think this was a good information session. And yeah, I'm looking forward to actually doing the next journey. So hopefully we don't have to wait the full 6 months, but I think we'll probably do. But we'll see. Oh, she's doing it on her own. Ouch. Ouch. If she's okay with it, why not? I won't be. No, I won't be doing it on my own. I'll have to have help, because that's a difficult thing to do. And Discam, I went to find out by Discam, they charge, I think, 75 Rand, 75 or 85 Rand for injections, if they have to administer injection for you. And it's only Monday to Friday. So yeah. Thanks, Marna. Thank you. You are awesome too. I appreciate you for sitting in the last bit, even though the internet is not well. But I see mine is full. But I've seen 2 people saying that the internet is not well, or it's giving issues. There we go. Thank you, Bonnie. It's a big pleasure. And if you guys, as I said, if you guys have any more questions or anything, you guys are more than welcome to just personal message me, or give a comment on the video so that we can give you any information you guys need. But I will also be available to give us information and then I've got another one, but she's also a first-time surrogate, another lady that I know of. But I did see a lot of surrogates though in the fertility clinic where we were at. So there was the one day when we were there was about 4 couples with surrogates. So it's not uncommon. It's a thing that people don't talk about, because it's like, whoa, what, surrogates in South Africa? It's unheard of. It's not spoken of, because it's not being advertised. So yeah, no, that's good. That's good, Shafira. I'm very happy for you guys. And then if that's all, I think we're going to close the session, and then I must bless you guys all with have a blessed weekend. And we're going to pray for everybody in process. Shafira and Bonnie, we're going to pray for you guys. Please keep me updated on private message or direct message so that I can know how you guys are doing. It's a heartwarming journey to just share with anyone. So for me, it's very interesting. I've watched all the surrogate pregnancies and programs that there is. I've also checked and watched all the one born every minute. I've checked all those programs as well, and there's a lot of surrogates in there as well. So yeah, I love sharing the information and journeys. So you guys must have a lovely weekend, and please share. And if you've got any questions, please personal message me or direct message me or put a comment on the video. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye.